a good 10 lines into Daf Pei Tes already. We are where it says, Va'amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, maybe even more than 10 lines. The first word on the line is me. So this is the sugya of Matan Torah. We're discussing a lot of different details of what happened, the achana for Matan Torah, during Matan Torah, and so on. Zok the Gemara. Va'amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi said something else about Matan Torah. B'shah sheyorad Moshe melifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When Moshe Rabbeinu descended from the mountain after Matan Torah. Ba Satan v'amal lefanov. The Satan came to the Eibishter and said, Rebbeinu shel olam, Master of the world, Torah heichen hi. Where's the Torah? He noticed that the Torah was gone. Where's the Torah? Amaloi. So the Eibishter answers him, Nisati ala aretz. The Torah was given down to the earth below. So let me stop here for a moment and bring up the Tosfos. This is a famous Tosfos. Tosfos asks the question, everybody knew about Matan Torah. All of the Malachim, everybody. Besides the Satan. The Satan didn't know about Matan Torah. How could that be? Not only that, if you look in the Gemara that we learned just before yesterday, so it says that even when Moshe Rabbeinu received gifts from the Malachim, it says that even the Malach HaMavos gave him a gift as well. The Malach HaMavos gave him the Ketores. So wasn't he aware that something's cooking here? That there was a plan to give the Torah? So why, when Torah actually happened, and the whole Seder Ishtalshlus, the whole world was aware and knew of this, but the Satan didn't know. So Tosfos brings that it says in the Medrash that the Eibishter was matrid the Malach HaMavos. He distracted him. He didn't allow him to come to be mekatrig while the Eibishter was giving the Torah. This Tosfos is famous because it's brought in the Hayom Yom of either Daled or Hey Sivin, that this is the Tosfos where you see that just like similar to what it says when you get to the Tkiyas and Rosh Hashanah, that we confuse the Satan and he doesn't know to come to be mekatrig on Rosh Hashanah. The same thing over here when it comes to Matan Torah, and Matan Torah repeats itself every single year. The Eibishter is matre the Satan, the Eibishter distracts the Satan, and so Yidden could come and accept the Torah every year again. Back into the Gemara. So halach etzel aretz. So he came down here to the earth below to see where the Torah is. Amalah, he says to the earth, or as the Marsha points out, it means he's speaking to the Malach, that is the source of what happens on the earth. Torah heichen hi. Where's the Torah? Amraloi, so the earth answers him, Elakim haven darka v'gayim. The Eibishter knows its ways. The Eibishter knows where it is. So he sort of sent him somewhere else. Halach etzel yam. He went to the ocean. Is the Torah there? V'amar loi, and the ocean says to him, Eini modi. It's not with me. Halach etzel tahaim. So he went to the depths to see if the Torah is there. Amar loi eimbi. No, the Torah is not here in the depths either. Shanemar, the pasuk says, Tahaim Amar loy bihi, v'yam Amar eini modi. The Tahaim says it's not with me, and the Yam says it's also not with me. Avadainu moves, he went to the place of death and destruction, to the Malach that controls that. He went there to see if the Torah came there. Amru, they said, Bazneinu shamaynu, Bazneinu shamaynu. We heard the Torah being given, but it hasn't been given to us here below. Shama, so the Satan heard this. Chazav amal of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So it came back and it said to the Eibishter, I'm looking for Torah. Where did you put it? I can't find Torah. Amaloi, so the Eibishter says to the Satan, Lech etzel ben Amram. Go to Moshe Rabbeinu. Go to Ben Amram. Halach etzel Moshe, he comes to Moshe Rabbeinu, Omaloi, Torah shenasan loyach l'cha HaKadosh Baruch Hu heichen hi. The Torah that the Eibishter gave you, where is it? Omaloi, so Moshe Rabbeinu responds to him, V'chimani shenasan loyach HaKadosh Baruch Hu Torah. Who am I that the Eibishter gives me Torah? You think the Eibishter came and gave me Torah? Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu l'Moshe, so the Eibishter says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, badoyata. Moshe, are you a liar? You have the Torah. I gave you the Torah. How could you say this to the Satan? Oh, Malafonov. Rebbeinu Shalom. So Moshe Rabbeinu says to the Eibishter, Chamuda genuza yeshlecha, a hidden treasure that you have. Shata mishtasheya ba b'chol yoim, that you, what's the word for mishtasheya? You are glad with this every day, or you. This is your tainug, the Eibishter's tainug every single day. Ani achzik toiva la'atzmi, and I should be machzik toiva. I should say that I deserve to receive this Torah. So in other words, if you take a look into the response of Moshe Rabbeinu, he never really clearly said, I don't have the Torah. What did he say? Am I deserving that the Eibishter should give me the Torah? That's what he said. So Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Eibishter says to Moshe Rabbeinu Moshe, Hoyelumi atata atzmcha. Since you had this kind of humility that you don't even see yourself as deserving to receive the Torah, Tikra al Shmecha. The Torah will be called on your name. Shenema Zichru Teiras Moshe Avdi. The Torah is referred to as Teiras Moshe. If a person receives Torah and he thinks that he's on a level that Torah belongs to him, that he deserves the Torah, so then you can't connect the Torah. A nivra, a human being, to learn and understand and receive the Torah of the Eibishter, the Chachma of the Eibishter, which is infinitely greater than a person's seichel, so then you can't connect. But when you recognize that you don't deserve Torah and you absolute self-nullification, you totally bottle to the Eibishter, then you become unified with Torah, then the Torah is called Teiras Moshe. Rabbi Shua ben Levi, another thing Rabbi Shua ben Levi said, Moshe Rabbeinu came up, and Matzel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he finds the Eibishter, Shayakoshik Sharim Loisius. He was tying the crowns to the letters of the Torah. As Rashi here brings, this is referring to the crowns that there are in the letters, in the way they are written in the Sefer Torah. The letters Shatnes Getz, Shin Ayin, Tes, Nun Zayin, Gimel, and Tzadik have the crowns on top of those letters. So they found the Eibishter writing the crowns on top of these letters. Amalei Moshe, so Moshe, the Eibishter says to Moshe Rabbeinu, Ein Shalom be'ircha. It's not the custom in your city to greet people, to say Shalom. When you came up over here, why didn't you say Shalom to me? That's the Eibishter asking Moshe Rabbeinu. Amalafanav, Moshe Rabbeinu answers, Klum yesh eved, sheneisen Shalom leRabbi. Is there a servant that greets his master Shalom? A servant is just there, subservient, quiet to serve his master, but he doesn't speak up. Amalei, the Eibishter answers Moshe Rabbeinu, Hoya lachala azreini. You should have been there to help me. As Rashi says, you should have said to me, Titzlach melachtecha, to help me that my malacha should be matzliach. Miyad Amalei. So immediately Moshe Rabbeinu said, Va'ata yigdalna koyach havaya, that the koyach of the Eibishter should be intensified, kasher dibarta, like you yourself said that I should help you. So this is something which in the simple sense is very difficult to understand. What does it mean that Moshe Rabbeinu, the Eibishter, is relying on his help, that he has to help him? What's going on over here? There's an arichas and a maimer from the Rebbe, this Dibra Maschel V'ata Yigdal Na Tafshin Yates, where the Rebbe explains the Sinyan based on the Lashon of the Gemara, where it says, then a person says, Amen Yeheshmei Rabba B'chol Koichai, so you can break a Gzar Din, the Koyach of the Aveda of a Yid, the Koyach of what a Yid does in this world, that he can reach such high levels that he can even break a Gzar Din, he can break through certain barriers that exist even Lamaila. It's a big arichas about this, but here you have the source of this inyan, that a Yid has the Koyach to do Yigdal Na Koyach Hashem. Like it says in other places, the Eibishter says regarding Yidden, Netzchuni Banai Netzchuni. My children have a koyach to reach deeper and to be victorious, so to speak, even against something that the Eibishter plans. Yidden can go a step further and go even higher than that. Sagt the Gemara weiter, V'amar Rabbi Shua ben Levi. Another thing Rabbi Shua ben Levi said, V'yara ki beishish Moshe. The nation saw that Moshe Rabbeinu was late. So this is talking about after Moshe Rabbeinu went up for 40 days and 40 nights, and they were expecting him to come back. And the day that they were waiting for this was on Tez Zayin Tammuz. This was 40 days later from the day he went up, Tez Zayin Tammuz, and they were waiting for Moshe Rabbeinu to come. And so the Gemara darshans, when it says Baishesh, Al Tikra Baishesh, Ela Ba'u Sheish. Ba'u Sheish. What does this mean? So the Gemara will now explain. The sixth hour has arrived. When Moshe Rabbeinu went up to learn Torah for 40 days, Amalei Yisrael, he says to the Yidden, L'seif arba'im yom, at the end of 40 days, B'tchilas Sheish, in the beginning of the sixth hour, Aniba. That's when I'll arrive. What happened? L'seif mem yom, it comes at the end, at 40 days. Ba Satan, the Satan comes, and Moshe Rabbeinu didn't arrive. The sixth hour of the 40th day came, and the Satan came, V'ir v'v'sa'olam, and he confused things in the world. Amalahem, he says to the Yidden, Moshe Rabcham Mechemhu, where's Moshe your teacher? Amrulai, they said to him, Alal Amarim, he went up to learn Torah. Amrulahan, the Satan says to the Yidden, but Ba'u Sheish, the sixth hour has arrived. V'lo yishgichu alav, they still did not pay attention to what the Satan said. Meis, the Satan said, your teacher has passed away. They still didn't listen to him. The Satan showed the Yidden the image of the Moshe Rabbeinu's bed, his Aron, being carried. And so then the Yidden were convinced. And this is what they said to Aaron, this person, Moshe Rabbeinu, our leader, is that the conclusion of the pasuk, right? They were saying to him, Moshe ish, yet we don't know what happened to him. So this is the taich of Boshesh. So as Rashi explains, what happened was, this was on Tezayim Tammuz. So the mistake the Yidden made is, when Moshe Rabbeinu said that he's coming back in 40 days, he meant full 40 days, days and nights, not including the day that Moshe Rabbeinu went up, because on that day, it was already in the middle of the day. So really, Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to come back the next day, on Yud Zayin Tammuz. That was their mistake. One of the Rabbanon said to Rav Kahane, Mi shmiya lecha my Har Sinai. Did you hear what the meaning of the name Har Sinai is? Amalei answered, the meaning is Har Shanasa by Nisim Yisrael. This is a mountain that the Nisim was performed for Yidden on it. So the Rabbanon asked, but if so, Har Nisoi mi boyale. It should have been called Har Nisoi, a Har of the Nisim, not Har Sinai. Doesn't fit grammatically with the word. Ella, rather, he said, Har Shanasa Simen Toiv Li Yisrael. This is a mountain that there's a good siman for Yidden. Eibishter gives Yidden the Torah here. So again he asked back, but Har Simenoi mi boyale. It should have been called Har Simenoi, referring to this good siman. Amalei. So then he said to him, this Rabbanon said to Rav Kahane, my time shchiches kameder Rav Papa v'Rav Huna bereder Rav Yeshua. Why don't you come to hear from Rav Papa and Rav Huna bereder Rav Yeshua, the ma'ayni ba'agarete, the Rav Chiste v'Rabbe bereder Rav Huna, the ma'ayni ba'agarete, that they are ma'ayin, they analyze the agodas, the stories and the secrets of Torah. The Rav Chiste v'Rabbe bereder Rav Huna, the Amri Tarvayu, and Rav Chiste and Rabbe Rav Huna both said, my Har Sinai. What's the pshat in the name of Har Sinai? Har sheyarda sinne la'akum. The mountain that there was a hatred that came down la'akum to the people that are serving Avodah Zarah, or others are geiris lumas ha'ilam, to the nations of the world. Olav on this mountain. Yeah. So this is something that's also quoted in Chassidus, that Torah brings about a sinne la'akum, meaning that the koyach of Torah is that it weakens the koyach of Klippa in the world. That's really what it means. Rashi's pshat over here is, take a look, Rashi says, the last Rashi in the place, sinne la'akum shalei kiblu by Torah. The Eibishter offered the Torah to the other nations, and they didn't accept it. The Eibishter offered the Torah to Yidden, and the Yidden did accept it. So therefore, there's a sinner that came down from the Eibishter to the Goyim. Why didn't they accept the Torah? But there is another pshat in the Rishonim that say that from this mountain, from this, what happened here, is the source of the Goyim's hatred to Yidden. The source of anti-Semitism comes from the fact that the Goyim will offer the same thing that the Yidden wore, and they rejected it, and the Yidden took it, and ever since then, they envy the Yidden there. They're jealous from the Yidden of what they have, what the Goyim don't have. This is also what Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina said. Hey Shemus Yeshloi. We find 5 different names regarding the place of Har Sinai. One is Midbar Tzin. What is Midbar Tzin? Means Shenetstava Yisrael Olav. Yidden were commanded to fulfill Torah there. Midbar Kodesh. Sheneskachu Yisrael Olav. This is the place where the Yidden got their holiness, as we learned that they're Mamleches Kayin and V'Goy Kodesh, right? Midbar Kedemais. Shenitna Keduma Olav. The Torah which is Keduma, which exists before the world exists, was given to Yidden here. Midbar Paran. The name Midbar Paran means Shaparu V'Rabu Allah. Here is the place where the Yidden multiplied, where the Yidden had children. Very interesting. Rashi over here says that over here, when it said to the Yidden, when the Eibusha said to the Yidden after Matan Torah, Shuvu Lachem La'aleichem, return to your tents. There was the Prisha. Yidden separated from their wives before Matan Torah. And the Eibusha said, Shuvu Lachem La'aleichem. So all of the women became pregnant with a Zachar. Rashi says, Liyadayna heichen remize. I don't know what the source of this remez is, that the Yidden actually became pregnant with a child, with a Zachar, but this is what the Gemara here says, Midbar Paran, that the Yidden were Paru v'Rabu. Midbar Sinai, the last one, Midbar Sinai, Sheyarda Sinna la'akum, that the sinner, the hatred came down to the nations serving Avodah Zarah, Olav, on this mountain. Uma Shmai, what's the actual name of the mountain? Chayrev. The name of the mountain is Chayrev Shemai. That's its name. Uplige the Rabavo. So this statement from Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina argues on what Rabavo said. Dama Rabavo, because Rabavo said Har Sinai Shmai. The name, the actual name of the place is Har Sinai. V'lama nikra har chayrev, and why is it referred to as har chayrev? Sheyarda churve la'akom alav. Because churve, destruction, comes down to the nations of the world on this mountain. Okay, this is the conclusion basically of the sugya of Matan Torah. Now we go back to what it said in the Mishnah, that they put a red thread on the sa'ir, on the goat that was used on Yom Kippur, that they sent away to Har Azazel. And the Gemara the Mishnah brought the source for this, that it says in the pasuk, Im Yad Kashonim. What was the pasuk again? Just a second. It was on Peivav Amid Aleph. Im Yiu Chateichem Kashonim Kasheleg Yalbinu. Your sins will be kashonim, like threads that are red. Kasheleg Yalbinu, the Eibusha will forgive you, and it'll become white like snow. Frag the Gemara, kashonim, why does it say kashonim in a plural term? Kashonimi boyle. Should have said kashoni, one thread, which is red like a thread. Why does it use a plural term? And the question over here is, as Rashi says, in the end of the pasuk, it doesn't say a plural term. It says sheleg, singular. It doesn't say shlogim. Rav Yitzchak, so Rav Yitzchak explains, Amalem HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael. The Eibishter tells Yidden, Im yiu chateichem kishonim halalu. If your Averis will be like the years of the existence of the world, that are set and are coming from the time of creation. Meaning a person is set in his Averis to such an extent that he repeats them again and again, like the years from Sheshis Yimei Bereishis, that the Teva of the world is so set and established that the same is true regarding a person's Averis, from Yimei Bereishis v'ad achshav until now, Kasheleg Yalbinu. Still, the Eibusher will atone for your Averis. You can still do tshuva and whiten your Averis like snow. That's the Chiddush here. Darash Rave Darshan, this is the same pasuk, going back to the beginning of that pasuk. Ma'id Chsiv, what's the pshat on what it says in the beginning of that pasuk? L'chuna v'nivachacha, the Eibusher says, let's go and let's prove, let's see Yomer Hashem. The Eibusher will say. So the shaila over here in this pasuk is two things. First of all, l'chuna, let's go. Why does it say to go? Boyuna, it should say come. The Eibusher says, come with me. Mi boyale. That's what it should have said. Yomer Hashem, it says a future tense. The Eibusher says, the Eibusher will say, Omar Hashem Yibayale. This is going l'chayra on the past, as we just darshan. Kashonim, Kasheleg Yalbinu is referring to the thread, the red thread that was there that turned white because the Eibusher atones even for their Averis. So the Gemara darshans this on La'asad Lavai. La'asad Lavai, this goes on La'asad Lavai. Yoimar Alem HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael, the Eibusher will tell Yidden, L'chuna eitzel aviseichem. Go to your forefathers, go to the Avis. V'yechichu eschem, and they will rebuke you. They will show you. They will tell you what you have to do. V'yoimru lefanav, and the Yidden will say to the Eibusher, Ribono shel olam, Master of the universe. Eitzel min neilach. Who should we go to? Eitzel Avram. We should go to Avram Avinu. Sha'amarta lo, you said to Avram Avinu, Yeda Yateda, that you should know that Kiger Yiyaz Aracha, that your children are going to go into Golus. This is by the Bris Bein Absarim. That the Eibusher tells Moshe Rabbeinu that your children are going to go into Golus. V'lei bikish rachamim aleinu. And he did not beg mercy for us. So why should we go to Avraham Avinu and listen to him? Eitzel Yitzchak, should we go to Yitzchak? Shebirech es Esav, he benched Esav. V'hoye kashetared ufaraktem uloi me'al tzavarecha. Right, so over there it says that Yitzchak empowered Esav. He gave a bracha to Esav. So why should we go to Yitzchak Avinu? Eitzel Yaakov, should we go to Yaakov Avinu? Sha'amarta lo, you said to him, Anochi eireit imcha Mitzrayma, I'm going down with you to Mitzrayim. V'loi bikish rachmim aleinu, and he knew that this is the beginning of Galus Mitzrayim, and he did not beg mercy for us. So we're not going to go to any of the others to listen to what they're going to say to us. Amalem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the Eibusher says to the Yidden, Hoyel v'telisem atzmechem bi. So since you want to listen just to me, you're coming back to me. The Eibusher says, go to the Avis, but he didn't come back to me. So then the Eibusher is going to say, that's the Yoimar, future tense. So then the Eibusher will say to the Yidden, Im yiu chataeichem kashonim kasheleg yalbino. That you're coming to me directly, so then I will whiten your sins like snow. It's a pretty difficult Gemara to understand over here. The Avis, the holy Avis, that the Yidden say that they can't rely on the Avis. Okay, but l'chayre, the pshat over here is, whatever madrege the Avis are on, whatever inyan there is in the Avis, we're talking over here about the Yidden connecting to the very essence of the Eibusher himself above any of these madreges. when it comes to the very essence of Yidden, which is also within the Avos itself. There is in the Avos the Madrega of Chesed, the Madrega of Gvura, the Madrega of Teferes, as it says in Chassidus in so many places, that each one of the Avos represents another Madrega. So when you go to that particular Madrega of the Avos, so then not necessarily do they have the Koyach to be Mevakesh Rachamim for Yidden. But when you come to the essence of who the Yidden are, connecting to the essence of the Eibush, which also includes the essence of the Avos, so then that is where is the real source of kapara that the Eibush atones Yidden for their Averis Kashelik Yalbino. Amar Rab Shmuel Bar Achmeni, Amar Rab Yonasan, Ma hu dichsiv. What's the pshat in this pasuk that it says, Ki ata avinu, you are our forefather. Ki Avram lo yadainu, Avram we don't recognize, and Yisrael la yakirenu. And Yisrael, referring to Yaakov, we also don't recognize. And then it says in the pasuk, Ata Hashem avinu, you Hashem is our father, Gayaleinu, our redeemer, me'olam shemecha, forever your name. So what is the pshat? What is this pasuk saying? La'asid lavayim elakadosh baruch hu la'Avram. La'asid lavay Eibush will come and tell Avram Avinu, Banecha chotuli, your children have sinned to me. So he wants Avram Avinu to be melamed zchus on the Yidden. Amalafanov. So Avram Avinu says to the Eibush, Ribono shel olam, Master of the world, Yimachu al kedushas shemecha. If the Yidden sinned, so then they should be wiped out for the holiness of your name. So he's not melamed zchus on the Yidden. Amar, so the Eibush says, so let me try again. Eimelele Yaakov. Let me go and speak to Yaakov, and that Yaakov should be Ma'ir Rachmanis on the Yidden. To have a Tsar Gidl Banim. He raised the children. He had the 12 Shvatim, and he had Tsar Gidl Banim, so he has maybe more of a mercy on the Yidden. Efsher the boy Rachmi Alayu, he will have mercy on the Yidden. Amalei, so the Eibush says to Yaakov Avinu, Banecha chotu, your children sinned. Amalafon of Yaakov tells the Eibush, Ribono shel olam, Yimachu al kedushas shemecha. If that's the case, they should be wiped out for the holiness of your name. Amar the Eibush says, Loi besabi taima, not with the grandfather, with Avram Avinu, is there reason, do I have reason to rely on? V'loi bedardiki eitza, and not with the youngest one, with Yaakov Avinu. Do I have any eitza over here? Do I have, can I take advice to be able to deal with the situation? So Amalei Yitzchak. The Eibush then finally goes to Yitzchak and he says to him, Banecha chotul, your children sinned to me. Malafonov. So now Yitzchak responds to the Eibush and says, Ribono shel olam, Master of the universe, Bonai v'loi banecha. These are my descendants, these are my children and not your children. B'shah she'ekdimu lefanecha nasa lenishma. When the Yidden said nasa v'nishma, karasa lehen b'ni b'chayri. You refer to them as your firstborn child. Achshav banai v'loi banecha, and now you refer to the Yidden as my children and not as your children. So the Maharsha points out over here that if you look in the pasuk, b'ni b'chayri was actually said earlier on in Parshas Shemais, much before Matan Torah. So the Maharsha says we're going to have to say that when the Eibush refers to Yidden b'ni b'chayri, it was al shem ha'asid. It was because of the future. Since the Yidden, the Eibush knows that the Yidden are going to say Nasa v'nishma, he already at that point referred to them as b'ni b'chayri.
He went out. The Eibush went out of order.
The Eibush sees the Asr, the Eibush sees the future, and he. The Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Okay, that's a good question. 1 second. V'oid, and now Yitzchak reasons with the Eibush even further. Kama chotu, how much did the Yidden sin in their lifetime? A very interesting thing over here. Take a look in the Gemara. Kama shneis of shaladam, how long is the life of a person? Shivim shana. The average life of a person, like it says in Tilim, a person's life is Shivim Shana. Dal Esrim, take off 20 of those years, the Le'anshe Salayo. The first 20 years of a person's life, there's no Einish B'dei Shemayim, right? So, till a person is aged 20 years old, so you're not punishing the Yidden. Pashalu Chamshin. Okay, so we have 50 years of a person's life. Dal Chafei, take off half of that, take off 25 of those years, the Leilusa. That is the nighttime. There's 24 hours in the day, half time is daytime, half time is nighttime. Take off half of that time, which is nighttime. So what are you left with? Pashulu chafei. You're left with 25 years. Dal tartisari yapalki, what's left? So you have 12 and a half years. The tzluye, you have to take off 12 and a half years of the tzluye, what a person uses the time for davening, or meichal, eating, or the beis hakisei. A person goes to the Beis HaKisei, so that's taking off half of that. Okay? So we're left with what? You're left with 12 and a half years. That's all. That's the time that a Yid has to sin. If you will handle all of this, mutav, it's good. Vim lav, if you, the Eibusher, you can't handle all of this, palga alai, half on me, upalga alecha, and half on you. We'll share the burden of the sins of the Yidden. Vim timtzalema kulam alai, and if you're going to say that it's all on me, that I have to handle all of this, hakrevis nafshi kamoch, I had self-sacrifice, I was maked of myself by the Akedah for you. And therefore I accepted all upon myself. Paschu v'omru, so then the pasuk, this is what the pasuk that we quoted before says, Ki ad Yidden said when they heard this, Ki ata avinu, Yitzchak is our father. Amalehem Yitzchak, so Yitzchak turns to the Yidden and says, Acha atem makalsen li, you're praising me for saving you, kilsu la kadosh baruch hu, you should praise the Eibishter. Yitzchak HaKadosh Baruch Hu Beinayu, Yitzchak shows the Yidden towards the Eibishter, Miyad Nasu Eneim Lamarim, the Yidden lift up their eyes to the Eibishter, V'oimrim, and they say, Ata Hashem Avinu Goyaleinu Me'olam Shemecha. You, the Eibishter, are the ones that redeems us. You are the ones that forever your name. So again, this is a ganz schwere Gemara to understand over here. Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. This is quoted in Chassidus. Alter Rebbe and Teirah brings this, and many other places that Rebbe brings this very often. This in the Dafka Yitzchak, we say to Yitzchak Ki Ata Avinu. And the point that Chassidus says is, Avram represents Chesed, and Yitzchak represents Gvura, and Yaakov represents Teferes. The Maila of Gvura refers to the Aveda of the person below. Chesed refers to a Gilui B'l Maila Lamata. In the Aveda of a Yid, Chesed refers to the Gilui of his Neshama. When a Yid serves the Eibusher with the Gilui of his Neshama. That's one kind of Aveda. Then you have the Aveda of Gvura. The Aveda of Gvura is where there's a Helen Vehester, where the Neshama is not shining, when a person has to lift himself up from below, B'koyach Atzmai, the Aveda of the Tachten to serve the Eibusher. That Koyach of the Aveda Satachten in a matzav of Helen Vehester connects to the essence, it surpasses all other levels. So before, the Gemara that we learned before, it put Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov in the same category, that none of them could defend the Yidden. Now Yitzchak stands out. Why Mitamal Yitzchak stands out? Because the Aveda in Golos, the Aveda in a matzav of Helen Vehester, when there's Gvura, and a person has to work on his own, connects to the essence of the Eibusher. So we're not talking anymore just about the Middah Peratis of Gvura, but we're talking about this, that Gvura is ma'orer by a Yid through his Aveda Satachten to connect much deeper, to connect to the very essence of his neshama, to connect the essence of the Eibishter. So therefore, Lasad Lavai, we will dafka recognize the Maila of this kind of Aveda and this Helen Vehester, and then we'll say Yitzchak Yata Avinu. That's the Nekudas Advarim that it says in Chassidus. One more shtickle, sagt the Gemara, Amr Rab Chia bar Abba, Amr Rab Yechanan, Roy Hoya Yaakov Avinu leired leMitzrayim b'shal Shaloi Shal Barzel. It was deserving that Yaakov Avinu should be brought down to Mitzrayim with metal chains. This is the beginning of the Golus, and the Eibishter's decree that the Golus begins, and Yaakov had to be brought down to Mitzrayim. It should have happened with metal chains. His chus was guiding him that he wasn't brought down this way. The chsiv bechevle adam amashchem ba'avoisei sava. The eya lehem kimirime oil alachayem ve'eit elov oichel. So the pasuk starts with bechevle adam amashchem, that he's going to draw him with chevle adam, with chains. But then it says ba'avoisei sava. Then it says with love. So because the chus that he had, the Eibusher brought him down in a loving way. And then the Eilem Kimirime Oil Alachayem, so Rashi says that the Eibusher gives the Yidden the koyach to handle the eight Eil of Oichel, means that the Eibusher gives the Yidden the koyach to handle the Avedas Perech, the Aveda of Golus. They're going to have the oil upon them, but the Eibusher is going to give them the koyach to be able to handle this oil of Golus. Okay.